Hi everyone. The year is 2010 and I'm fresh out of college. I have sat for one final paper that I had failed. The only one, by the way. We used to call it a retake, a retook, a supplementary. But I'm yet to graduate in December 2010. There is a wedding of a friend of mine called Kareithi in our AIPCK Kitale Town Church, and I've been sent to go and collect something from a neighboring church member's house. I can't remember exactly what it was. I meet a group of boys aged between 7 to 12 years, playing banta or bano, as we used to call it. And being the jovial man that I am, highly interactive, an extrovert with great interpersonal skills as my CV reads, I decide to join them. I'm third in the line of play, but the boys convinced the positions 1 and 2 to allow me to play first, perhaps out of respect or curiosity. And that is when I realized that I'm an old man. The boys were like, wacheni mzee acheze kwanza. Mzee. To be very honest, I was so shocked beyond words. Here I was, convincing myself that I was the youngest person in town, fresh out of college, not yet married, no children yet, some little academic fibers. And these boys had the audacity to call me a mzee. I remembered this story recently when this post surfaced on our college group. And apparently, this young person, most likely in his teens or early 20s, was referring to those of us who were born between 1980 to 1989 as ancestors. Ancestors! What this young person does not realize is that he or she is too old, extremely old indeed, and perhaps they should have an awakening call, similar to what I had, to realize how old he or she is. I usually tell my students, aged between 14 to 19 years, especially the girls, that they are too old. And if they don't believe my words, they should go to the neighboring primary school and enroll anywhere between class 1 to 4. Then on the day they miss school, the kids would innocently tell their class teacher, as he calls out the register, Leo mumama hajakuja shule. Leo madhe hayuko shule. Madhe. Being referred to a 16-year-old girl. Because according to these pupils, aged between 7 to 9 years, they are the ones who are young. And anybody else who has breasts, regardless of the level of their shyness, is an old woman. Additionally, I have now seen my 5-year-old boy refuse completely to be called a child, and firmly assert that it is his 1-year-old sister who is a child. In conclusion, there is nobody who is old and nobody who is young. Age is completely relative. In other words, it depends. It depends on who you are interacting with, or the position that you hold, or want to hold. For instance, Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of Kenya at the age of 51, and together with the then 46-year-old William Samoei Ruto, they were seen as young and digital compared to the then 67-year-old Baba. Uhuru was being famously referred to as Kamwana in Mount Kenya, a 51-year-old man being referred to as Kamwana by people who were even in their 20s. Why? Because the presidency is for the relatively old people. So someone tell that young person that he is an extremely old person. As a matter of fact, my son, who is now 5 years old, calls him an ancestor. Thank you so much. I'm out.